Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
This Christmas is the more the merrier as GUT Credit Union and Digicel Grenada Limited bring you Loan Pop-Up Saturday at the Grenville branch of the GUT Credit Union. Take advantage of amazing deals from Digicel while making your holiday wishes a reality with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. Visit GUT Credit Union Grenville branch this Saturday and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas.
Good evening. This is Network News for Tuesday, November 29, 2022. In the headlines, Government Minister calls for unity amid 16 days of activism campaign. Traffic Department warns motorists against ignoring traffic signs. Collective approach being used to address school feeding program and local poultry chain. Violent altercation takes center stage on social media. And around the globe regionally, Guyana's opposition calls on governments to make tertiary education free now, not in 2025. Internationally, world's largest volcano situated in Hawaii erupts for first time in decades. Plus in the sports news, St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary and Happy Hill Secondary among schools to advance to the semi-finals of the National Secondary Schools Football Tournament. We'll bring you the details after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Hello, I'm Kenroy Baptiste with Network News. There is a clarion call for unity from the Minister with responsibility for gender affairs. Christina John has that story.
Women aged 16 to 64 experience some form of violence within their lifetime. That's according to data from a national prevalence survey conducted on intimate partner violence. According to the Grenada Women's Health and Life Experiences Study 2018 report, prevalence of physical and or sexual intimate partner violence in Grenada is 29%, with 1 in every 4 Grenadian women having suffered physical violence at some point in their life. The study states that close to 1 in every 10 Grenadian women have experienced sexual violence over a lifetime. 16 days of activism to stop violence against women and girls kicked off last Friday, November 25th, and will run to December 10th, which is observed as International Human Rights Day. Minister of State with responsibility for social and gender affairs, Senator Gloria Thomas, says in order to realize change, there must be unity among all.
Unfortunately, we are living in a time where there is an epidemic of crime against our women and children. It is a multifaceted problem needing a multidisciplinary approach, and we are all called to action to address this pressing national issue that affects all of us. We must remain resolute in our fight to end gender-based violence against our women and girls.
According to the United Nations Refugee Agency, combating gender-based violence requires an understanding of its causes and contributing factors. Ms. Thomas says efforts must be intensified to stamp out the scourge.
It heralds the call for us to continue to intensify our efforts and move swiftly towards achieving a nation free of abuse of all forms. Our collective action must be accelerated. We need gatekeepers in communities across our nation. No space should be receptive to hiding perpetrators. We need perpetrators' accountability. We need to be more responsible in the media landscape, as the media is critical in shaping minds, particularly our young minds, the future of our dear nation.
A victim rights policy was drafted under the Grenada Spotlight Initiative to end violence against women and girls. The draft policy guarantees support to victims for their healing and recovery, delivered in accordance with international standards and best practices. The draft victims' rights policy aims to ensure that victims and essential service providers are aware of the rights of victims and survivors to facilitate enforcement, accountability, and victim empowerment. The victims' rights policy will enable the elimination of behaviors and attitudes of social service providers that are victim-blaming and insensitive, and which traumatize victims of violence who are being served in the essential service sectors. Christelina John, GBN News.
Well, it is an offense to ignore indications given by traffic signs or notices. This can result in one being ticketed, arrested, or charged. Christelina John has another report.
Signs posted on the entrance to the Montmorris Public Road that reads "No trucks allowed" are being totally ignored by some truck drivers. This came under the microscope of the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force in recent days. With the traversing of these heavy machines, portions of the road have begun to show signs of breakage, posing a danger to other road users. Officer in charge of the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, Inspector Baptiste, says due to the fragile nature of the road, constant passing of heavy vehicles may worsen conditions, which may soon result in the areas becoming impassable.
We want to, from a Royal Grenada Police Force standpoint, we want to re-emphasize and remind the truck drivers that this road is totally forbidden to trucks. There is a police notice there that clearly states no trucks allowed. We continue to see truck drivers breach that notice, and I want to let the truck drivers know more than ever, the RGPF will be strongly enforcing the no trucks allowed notice up there, taking into consideration the safety of persons along that road, taking into consideration the further damages that these trucks can contribute to that road. Anyone that is observed committing such offense, we will definitely giving you the full ambits of the law, because we take this very serious based on the present situation now in regards to that road.
Continued non-adherence can become detrimental for all road users, the officer says.
It's very important that truck drivers comply with this notice. Those of you who were not doing so before, it is more than needed now, taking into consideration the situation, the present situation of the road, and what you can contribute further to causing more damage to that road. Just to remind drivers that it is an offense for anyone who fails to comply with an indication given by a traffic sign or traffic notice. In that situation, the sign there, it's a notice saying no trucks allowed. If someone fails to comply with that notice, they can be ticketed, they can be charged, or they can be arrested. We really, as a law enforcement agency, we really don't want it to reach to that stage where we have to charge persons or arrest persons, but the only how that cannot happen if we get full compliance from all truck drivers.
Inspector Baptiste noted that the designated route for trucks is through Granville Vale, New Hampshire.
What was done thus far, because it's only as recent as yesterday, Sunday, it was brought to my attention. We went there, we put a cone, but I would have reached out to the relevant authority, meaning the CTO, Chief Technical Officer of the Ministry of Works, and she gave me all assurance they will step in and do what is required to ensure that drivers are given early notice and warning and assess the situation and take the necessary steps to remedy it.
Motorists are being asked to exercise caution as they traverse through the Jones Road area. Christelina John, GBN News.
The Sister Isles are not being left out relative to the use of renewable energy, as a private company donated solar lights and security systems to the government of Grenada. Some of these will be installed at the Top Hill Senior Citizens Home. Renapet Thomas tells us more in this report.
The Top Hill Elderly Home on the Sister Isle of Carriacou is one of the beneficiaries of a donation made by Classic Lighting Caribbean to the tune of over $20,000. This comes as the company aims to assist the government in going green with renewable energy. The donation was handed over during an expo held by Classic Lighting Caribbean over the weekend on the Sister Isle. Martin Bido, CEO of Classic Lighting Caribbean, while speaking of the contribution, indicated that the Hilltop home will also be fitted with 24-hour security cameras.
Today we're going to make a contribution to the sum of $20,000 to the government of Grenada, Carriacou and Martinique. We'll be contributing 2 solar streetlights to them, and this solar streetlight have a warranty of 3 years. And of course, we'll have a lifespan of 5.5 years with these. And with that, we also take into consideration the senior citizen home. In Carriacou, we only have one, Top Hill. And what we decided to do is to make a contribution to light up the home by using solar vision. Solar vision is a home name. Yes, Jordan Caribbean is a home name, but most of all, it's a home name to us in Caribbean. So our people who have worked hard, who have paved the way for us, should benefit from solar vision. And thus we're going to give them light to light up the entire perimeter of the home with not only lighting, but also security.
The equipment was handed over to Minister for Carriacou and Diplomatic Affairs, Tevin Andrew. He said the contribution brings his administration's vision a step closer to reality as an island fully operated by renewable energy.
So for 2023, going forward, we are indeed going to partner with companies like yours to make this dream a reality in Carriacou, Martinique, and by extension Grenada, being 100% reliant on renewable energy in the not too distant future. We all understand the challenges that the world is facing today. So I want to use the opportunity to thank Classic Lighting for its contribution of this wonderful gift.
The permanent secretary for the Ministry of Carriacou and Diplomatic Affairs also expressed his appreciation to Classic Lighting.
We need to at least lead by example. Demonstration is always important, and this event is leading to that. And Classic Lighting is at least in front and working with the government trust to make things a reality in terms of renewable energy. The ministry is proud, and I know the minister is very happy. I can see it on his face. We're going to continue to collaborate as much as we can to make sure that this kind of items and equipment spread through the island as much as possible. We can use it as a demonstration of serious control in terms of energy. So I want to say thank you to the team for allowing this to happen.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
This story to report a fist fight or simple walkaway does not seem to end disagreements nowadays. A fight which started on Monday reportedly overspilled into a violent altercation on Tuesday. Amateur video footage began circulating on social media of what appears to follow a chopping incident at the St. George's bus terminus. Preliminary reports indicate the involvement of bus conductors plying the number 1 bus route. A source close to GBN informed us that the incident may have stemmed from a physical fight between the two men on Monday. On Monday, video footage circulated on social media of the two men in a scuffle. One of the men was allegedly attacked in Tuesday morning's incident. In the video, a shirtless man is being carried away by another man carrying a cutlass in his hand. The shirtless man appears to have blood about his body. GBN contacted the community relations arm of the Royal Grenada Police Force, which was unable to verify the reports up to news time. This is Network News. Still ahead from us, collective campaign to improve food value chain for local poultry. Stay with us.
Interest rates, win cash prizes for the best Christmas ever. So we'll make it, hey, para playing, hey, ham and black cake eating. Now this is Christmas.
Get unsecured loans up to $50,000 and a chance to win cash prizes this Christmas at Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Good morning, Grenlek Meter Reader.
Morning, Mr. Meterman. I'm glad I caught you. Last month, I got a very high bill, and I don't understand why.
Last month, we were not able to access your meter, so we had to estimate the bill.
So, what can I do to ensure that my meter is easily accessible?
Well, you can get your licensed electrician to move your meter outside of the gate or directly in front of the house.
Well, I'll consider that.
Grenlek, energizing our Grenada.
Shop and win at Real Value this Christmas. Anyone spending $50 or more can win $5,000, $2,500, and $1,500 in cash and shopping vouchers. Simply place your receipt with your name, address, and phone number in the barrel provided. Promotion starts November 21st and runs until December 23rd with the grand draw on the morning of December 24th. Plus, anytime you use your Real Value Shoppers card, you can win day passes to Royalton, hamper baskets, wine, and more. Promotion runs from November 21st till December 30th. Shop at Real Value this Christmas.
Gifts of love with care, bringing love for you this year. Communion show with that we care. With gifts of love with care.
It's your Gifts of Love with Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of the season with those you love, getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Jason is constantly on his phone, even on special occasions. He's ensuring that they're covered with eLife. Apply for insurance online, anytime, anywhere. It's easy. Choose your insurance coverage, apply, and pay online.
Living the eLife easy.
Live the eLife with Sagicor.
Experience data on the fastest, most reliable network. Our new Christmas specials are just for you, giving you the best value. Buy and stay on any Christmas plan and get 10 gigabytes any use data on us every month for a year. That means 10 gigabytes more every month for more music, more entertainment, and more sports. It's the Christmas that keeps on giving. Available exclusively on our new Christmas plans. Hurry in store today to get your 10 gigabytes in this limited time offer. Digicel. Merry Christmas.
My name is Robert Bristol. I'm the CEO of Bristol's Pest Caribbean, and Oasis Pet and Garden. I became a member of Ariza in 2016. What I like the most about Ariza Credit Union is the level of hospitality, to me the humility of the staff, and the willingness of the staff to communicate with you on a one-on-one level. Ariza have helped me over the years by trusting me in the beginning when I started my small business. They gave me my first vehicle loan and also a little bit of extra cash to help my first business to get started. And from ever since, they supported me by giving me little loans when I needed, whether it's to get supplies or inventory. So they have been very helpful to my small business. I would like to take this time to congratulate Ariza Credit Union on their 75-year milestone of transforming so many Grenadian lives.
Yar, shiver me timbers. What's this? Free tile?
Ooh, free tile? We've got to go capture this treasure.
Full speed ahead! Yar, with prices like these, there's no need to plunder at all. Free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style.
Yo ho ho! Buy 100 tiles at the regular price, get up to 20 tiles absolutely free! Magnificent!
Remember, when you think tile, think Island Style. Yar, maybe I should tell my fellow pirate elf, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh, I think he's busy fighting monsters these days.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Have your family or friends ever needed cash now, but you are nowhere close to give it to them directly? With the cardless cash feature from Republic Bank Online and your mobile phone, it is hassle-free and convenient to send money to anyone, including yourself, using the Republic mobile app. Simply log into your account, access the cardless feature, enter the amount you want to transfer, and using the access code provided, the cash can be withdrawn instantly from a designated Republic Bank ATM without a card. Republic Bank Cardless Cash is convenience at your fingertips. To learn more about our cardless cash features, visit republicgrenada.com for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Various ministries are looking at ways to increase the supply of poultry meat to the school feeding program. It has been linked to improving the food value chain in local poultry. We get the rest of the details in this Christina John report.
With an aim of strengthening the operations of the school feeding program, efforts are being made to increase the supply of local poultry to meet the needs and demands of benefiting schools. The initiative began with a workshop at the National Stadium on Monday on food value chains, which focused on local poultry farmers and other stakeholders. This project, a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Agriculture, the Marketing and National Importing Board, the Ministry of Education, and the Food and Agricultural Organization. Under this project, the Marketing and National Importing Board is tasked with the responsibility to better serve the poultry community. Quality Assurance Manager at MNIB and Project Coordinator Raquel Peters speaks on the objectives.
To raise awareness of the poultry value chain actors to the school feeding program as a potential community market. 2, to identify the major challenges, constraints, best practices, and successes of the poultry farmers and their potential to be linked to the school feeding market. Number 3, to understand the value chain, and its functions with emphasis on the school feeding program as a public market. And number 4, to identify potential procurement options specific to the school feeding market and its requirements.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Aaron Francois, says the project will benefit not only students but Grenada's economy.
Poultry is one of the most highly consumed protein in Grenada. Almost everybody eats chicken, as we call it. Yeah? As a result, Grenada loses significant foreign exchange for purchasing poultry from outside. If we allow this $30 million plus to remain on island, what a difference it would make.
Food Aid Coordinator of the Ministry of Education School Feeding Program, Lindy Ann Francis, explains that local chicken is used in only 10 of the schools on island and welcomes the collaboration.
There is no argument that long-term advantages, both economically and health-wise, for using local meat, that it far outweighs our perceived gain that can be put forward for using imported meat. In the past, efforts to increase the use of local chicken in the program has been a great challenge. While we are nowhere close to the volume of local chicken we would desire to use in the program, it must be noted that more schools at present use local chicken than we have used in the past.
Senator with responsibility for agriculture and fisheries, Roderick St. Clair, implores that affordability be included in the project.
And one thing we know about when we speak about agriculture in Grenada, particularly when it comes to poultry, the issue of affordability is a big issue. And we know where the issue lies. I trust that within the context of the project, that we find ways to find more affordable feed for our poultry farmers. I trust that initiatives of the past, where they are different, using the waste to feed and all of those things, initiatives that I see my dear brother sitting there, I hope that those can be reinvigorated, such that we can be able to make food more available.
Christina John, GBN News.
Now, a religious minister will use 5 days in December to walk around the island as he seeks the public's help in restoring his church building. Renaped Thomas is going to tell us about that.
Nigel Lindsay, Presbyterian minister at the Samaritan Church and the chaplain reverend to MacDonald College and the Samaritan Presbyterian School, is requesting for the public's assistance in conducting some much-needed repairs for the Samaritan Church in St. Patrick. He said the church building is in a dilapidated state, and as such, it is difficult to host service, community project, as most of its members are elderly people. Because of this, the minister will embark on an island walk seeking financial funds for the church repairs.
Church is in quite a bad state of disrepair. So if you open the windows, they fall out. We've got tiles that are broken on the floor. We've got a gully down the middle which people trip down, so we need to fill that in. It needs painting. We've got bats flying through, so it's in a bad state really. So what I'm planning to do is to walk around Grenada over the 5 days from the 12th of December through to the 16th of December, with the hope that people will sponsor me in some way, so that we can raise some money to redo some of the building. Somebody fell the other day and cut their knee on the tiles on the ground, so just getting that sorted would be helpful.
Lindsay says that persons can also donate their skills, materials needed for the repair, and their time in place of financial support. The 5-day walk will commence on the 12th of December at Samaritan St. Patrick, where he will walk to Grenville, and end on the 16th of December from Guave back to Samaritan.
So I'm leaving most destinations about 8 o'clock in the morning, and so I'm going to be walking from Samaritan up past MacDonald College and down to Grenville Methodist Church. So somebody from the Methodist Church is hosting me for that evening, and then the next day I walk from the Methodist Church down to St. David's Catholic Church, and somebody from the Catholic Church is hosting me there. And then I'm walking from the Catholic Church down to St George's, and somebody from the Presbyterian Church is hosting me in St George's. Then from St George's down to Guave, and somebody from the Anglican Church is hosting me in Guave.
Each day, the chaplain will walk for roughly 4.5 hours. While he will be walking alone, he welcomes anyone who is willing to join him along the way and is asking people in the various communities to look out for him in his bright colors to make their donations. The minister says that other than donating to him while he is walking, people can also meet him at his designated stops in the various parishes. He also stated donations can be made through the church's account.
So if people wanted to make a cheque, it would be made payable to Samaritan Presbyterian Church. So Samaritan Presbyterian Church. Or if they wanted to pay direct into the account, then it's 2,000 658. So 2,000 658, and that's with the Co-op Bank, that bank account. And if people could put walk on the reference, that would be helpful, because then we know it's coming particularly for the walk. Get in contact with me, they can phone me. Shall I give my phone number? Yes. So it's +1 473, the Grenadian code, the 458 1932. 458 1932.
For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
Medical students giving back to the community are receiving resounding appreciation, especially as we are in the season of giving. That's what's creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter, as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz Report.
A group of medical students are giving back to Grenadian communities.
Grenada Community Fridge is an organization formed by a group of medical students who wanted to give back to Grenada. They are doing so through the distribution of food items, toiletries, and clothing to vulnerable people in various communities. The CGF is located along the Morris Bishop Highway, St. George. Over the weekend, we caught up with Ray, a member on the board, and her son, who explained a bit in detail how the organization functions.
A food pantry, and the mission really is to continue to serve the vulnerable in the community, those that are lacking resources, specifically families.
Social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are that of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Carol said, "What amazing work you and your son are doing. When I'm next in Grenada, I will come and check you guys out. Stay blessed." This person added, "Yo, Ray, great work. Don't let the naysayers discourage you. What you're doing is very valuable." Roland said, "Would like to see the medical students, when qualified, giving at least 1 year of medical assistance to the people of Grenada." Vanessa added, "It's really sad to see visitors have to do our jobs for us, taking care of our own brothers and sisters." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead, workers to benefit from industrial agreement. We'll talk about that.
This Saturday, December 3rd, onwards lead to the National Stadium for the grand final of the 12th edition of the Wagiti Super Knockout. From 7 p.m., third place playoff, Hurricanes SC versus Montreach SC. Then from 9 p.m., we get set for the championship game. Hard Rock SC versus Paradise International FC. Winner gets $100,000. After the games, the after party. It's the after party as we welcome from Jamaica, 450. 450. Alongside Vanessa Bling.
Give me good loving, yeah.
From Trinidad, Destra. From Grenada, Pinky Fabulous. Brighter Star, Born, and the Legacy Band. Admission $40. Main Pavilion, $30 secondary stand. And bleachers. See you at the National Stadium this Saturday for the grand final of the 12th annual Wagiti Super Knockout Tournament.
I love to bet and I love to ramage.
Affordable
quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Solar lights are back in stock and will be available for purchase at Southern Electrical. Here is a list of the solar lights that we offer. 200 to 300 watt intelligent floodlights with camera, 300 to 500 watt solar street lights, 60, 100, 200, and 500 RGB solar floodlights, 100, 200, 300, 500, and 800 solar floodlights, solar garden lights, 25, 40, 60, 100, and 200 watt solar floodlights, 3, 7, and 10 watt solar wall lights, motion sensor garden lights, motion sensor floodlights, 30, 60, and 90 watt solar street lights with accessories, 5 watt solar wall lamps, 40 and 60 solar street lights, and 100 and 300 solar floodlights with battery power display. Now available at Southern Electrical, Dusty Highway, St. George. Visit our showroom today.
Do you remember Donk Olympics? How about Carla Dances Soca? Little Boat's Big Trip? How about Omar's Jab Jab? Well, if you do, then this ad might just be for you. All these wonderful books and more, 13 of them all, were published by GND Schools, Inc., a non-profit organization that works in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. We at GND Schools are getting ready to host a 3rd round in our publication of children's books. We will soon be hosting workshops for both children's book writers and illustrators. You can have your work published in one of our books. Apply today.
For information on how to apply, email us at info@grenadaschoolsinc.com. GND Schools Inc., strengthening the foundations for early literacy.
Grenada, the time for the national census is here again. Interviewers will be visiting your homes to gather information about you and your family. The data you provide determines budget allocation for health, grant funding for community projects, and government assistance for families and the elderly. The census is required by law, and so is your participation. We assure you that your information will be kept confidential. Do your part. Stand up and be counted, because we all count in this census. For more information about the census and your participation, contact the Grenada Central Statistical Office at 440-1369 or cso@cso.gov.gd.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Sisson's WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Network News, welcome back. Approximately 50 workers are to benefit from salary increases of 2% every year for the next 3 years. This comes as an addendum to the industrial agreement between the Commercial and Industrial Workers Union and Steel's Auto Supplies Company Limited was signed at the Ministry of Legal Affairs, Labor and Consumer Affairs. Now, in addition to the salary increases, workers in the Vehicle Sales Department, the Spare Parts Department and the Automotive Department ought to benefit from a commission of 1.5%, 1% and 1% respectively over the 3 years of the addendum. Signing on behalf of Steel's Auto Supplies Company Limited were General Manager Jonathan Steele and Human Resource Manager Ryan Joseph. Signing on behalf of the Commercial and Industrial Workers Union were President George Mason, General Secretary Barbara Fraser and CHOP Steward Brad Brathwaite. The agreement came into effect as of April 1, 2018 until March 31, 2021 and shall thereafter renew itself from year to year subject to 60 days notice in writing of intention to amend by either party. This is the first industrial agreement signing witnessed by Labour Commissioner Valerie Thomas. Dedication and passion for the job are personified in this evening's ISAW submission. It's time to take a peek through the GBN ISAW lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
The staff of the Intensive Care Unit, or ICU, at the General Hospital thought it best to share their Christmas tree on tonight's ISAW. The staff said the tree reflected their jobs. They added that despite spending Christmas at the workplace, the joy should not be lost. Kudos to the hardworking staff, and we at the GBN wish them a happy holidays. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. Sports news up next, followed by Around the Globe. See you.
Christmas. Make your home a home sweet home with a home improvement loan from Courts Ready Cash. And you could be one of the lucky weekly winners of up to $20,000 in cash and prizes in the Courts Ready Cash Home Makeover Sweepstakes. Plus, for the grand prize, you could win the room of your dreams. Act now and visit your nearest Courts or Courts Ready Cash location. Or apply online at readyfinancecaribbean.com. All you need is your job letter, government ID, payslip, a utility bill, and 2 references. And you will be on your way to making it the best Christmas ever. With Courts Ready Cash, we are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
I want your folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Good evening, sporting fans. The National Secondary Schools Football Tournament is down to the quarter-final stage for all divisions in the competition. In results from Monday's matches, the Girls Open Division saw St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary thrash St. Mark Secondary 6-0, while St. Joseph's Convent St. George's defeated Westmoreland Secondary 3-0. Results of the Under-15 boys quarterfinals saw Happy Hill Secondary beating Grenada SDA Comprehensive 2-0, MacDonald College dominating Grenville Secondary 6-0, and St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary defeating St. Mark Secondary 4-0. Well, in-form Cody Gakpo scored again as the Netherlands finished top of Group A, ending Qatar's miserable involvement at their home World Cup with a 3rd consecutive defeat. Qatar's dismal showing means they became the first host nation to exit the tournament with 3 group stage losses, finishing bottom with no points. The Dutch, who failed to qualify 4 years ago, progressed to the last 16 with an unbeaten record and faced a team who finishes 2nd in Group B. These games kick off at 1900 GMT. African champion Senegal beat Ecuador to clinch 2nd place and faced a team who finishes top of Group B in the knockout stage. Kalidou Koulibaly's nerveless volley sent Senegal into the World Cup's knockout stages for only the 2nd time in their history as they eliminated Ecuador at a rowdy Khalifa International Stadium. All 3 goals came from players based in England as Ecuador's Brighton midfielder Moses Caicedo cancelled out a penalty by Watford's Ismaila Sarr before Chelsea defender Koulibaly's side footer won it. That is the sports news for now. Guyana's opposition parties calling on the Irfan Ali-led governments to make tertiary education free now, rather than in 2025. More from HDP TV.
With billions of dollars in Guyana's Natural Resources Fund, NRF, the main opposition, the Partnership for National Unity and Alliance for Change, APNU-AFC, has called on the Ali-led administration to make education free from nursery to university now. Speaking at a recent press conference, former head of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Vincent Adams, noted that the money in the NRF belongs to Guyanese and must be spent for their benefits. He reminded that it was the People's Progressive Party (CIFIC) who introduced fees to the University of Guyana back in 1994.
The AFC calls upon the PPPC government to follow the coalition's long-standing commitment to our people by undoing its unmerciful 30-year-old hardship of imposition of fees and implement free education from nursery to university right now, not 2025 as bandied around by the government.
Another day of floods and heartbreak for hundreds of families living in Valsain South Bamboo No. 2 and Coroni. As heavy rainfall continued overnight on Sunday, those who had fled their homes to higher ground waded through the waters to check on their properties. CNC3 has more.
Government is going to come and bring right at the Fresh River. Everything going, my lord. You have the Fresh River. God, boy. Everything good.
Forced to flee their homes for the second straight day, these residents are grappling with widespread flooding and devastation in Bamboo No. 2. It's the worst day I've ever experienced.
In 2018, they didn't cheaper than them kind of thing. So we was expecting to come up so high. So we expect everything on the bed. We was hoping the water wasn't going to get so high.
With no help from authorities, residents came together to help evacuate those in danger. In Spring Village, Valsain, the situation was not much better. These homes have been flooded since Saturday afternoon.
Since October, we have been packing up, putting in, cleaning up, putting back, fixing back. Because we bursting walls for water to run out. Then we have to plaster back, fix back, paint back. It's the process keep on going over and over and over. It's beyond frustrating.
The world's largest active volcano is erupting for the first time in 38 years. Communities below Mauna Loa, Hawaii, are watching with concern. Al Jazeera tells us more.
It's the world's largest active volcano, but Mauna Loa hasn't looked like this for almost 4 decades.
You know, we're way overdue. We were way overdue for a Mauna Loa eruption. And so we had prepared.
Standing at more than 4,000 meters above sea level, Mauna Loa has been stirring for weeks, worrying scientists with earthquakes just below the summit, a sign of the eruption to come.
We don't want to try and second guess the volcano. We have to let it actually show us what it's going to do, and then we inform people of what is happening ASAP.
Communities had held emergency meetings in preparation for a possible evacuation, though none so far has been called.
I'm here because I'm concerned. I live here and I work here.
Mauna Loa makes up about half the landmass of the Big Island, the southernmost tip of the Hawaiian archipelago. The U.S. Geological Survey says the eruption is currently contained to the volcano's summit. About half of Mauna Loa's previous eruptions have stayed there, while half have also seeped out through rifts at lower elevations, endangering ranches and beachside communities.
We could be in for a little bit of a prolonged time trying to determine if this is going to be a summit-only eruption or a summit plus a rift zone eruption.
Residents are fearing a repeat of 2018, when the eruption of a smaller neighboring volcano destroyed 700 homes. Mauna Loa is both taller and steeper, meaning magma would be able to reach human populations faster if the mountain boils over. But Hawaii's Emergency Management Agency says that would be a worst-case scenario and one too early to predict.
Stay with us. We'll remind you of the headlines after this. reminder of the headlines. Government minister calls for unity amid 16 days of activism campaign. Traffic department warns motorists against ignoring traffic signs. Collective approach being used to address school feeding program and local poultry chain. Violent altercation takes center stage on social media. In Around the Globe regionally, Guyana's opposition calls on governments to make tertiary education free now, not in 2025. Internationally, world's largest volcano situated in Hawaii erupts for first time in decades. Plus in the sports news, St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary and Happy Hill Secondary among schools to advance to the semi-finals of the National Secondary Schools Football Tournament. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Good night.